If you're thinking about buying a luxury home in the Las Vegas area, here are 13 things you're going to want to consider before you even start your search that will help you make a more informed decision on what and where to buy. I figured the most informative way to deliver this video is to go through some of the questions and concerns that my luxury buyers have as we walk through the transaction process, and also what I, as a luxury homeowner myself, consider when buying my own properties as well. The list is in no particular order, but I will say one of the most common things that I hear across the board of all my luxury clients is whether or not the community they want to move into is private. One of the things that they ask a lot about is if the guard gates are right off of a major street, or if they're off of a street that is within a major master planned community such as Summerlin. Another thing that I like to point out to my clients is that they need to be aware of the air traffic that we have in the valley. Although we are a major city, of course, we definitely have flight paths for commercial airlines and such. But because we're a tourist city, we also have quite a few helicopter companies that offer tours around the area. And even living in the ridges, as far out of the city as we are, we get a lot of helicopters that will come right down in and go right across the golf course. And I don't know if they do this because it provides a really pretty scenery for their passengers, but it's really annoying to people who live in the community because, as you can imagine, it's very loud, it's disturbing. If you're in your backyard relaxing, you all of a sudden see this helicopter just kind of swooping in really low in your neighborhood. So I do like to let my clients know that they need to be aware of that and maybe search out what the flight paths are if it's going to be something that's concerning to them. We do have quite a bit of famous people, A-listers, pro athletes, entertainers that live in these luxury communities. So I think also some of these helicopters like to go, snoop on them. And if you are in that sect of clientele, you're going to want to be aware that your privacy may be violated at some time. While we're talking about security and privacy, let's talk a little bit about golf courses, because a lot of these luxury neighborhoods are actually on golf courses. And there is a difference between having a private golf course and a public golf course. And just because you're in a guard-gated community does not mean that you are on a private golf course. There are several guard-gated luxury communities in the Las Vegas area that are on public courses, which also creates a security concern for those that care about that. When you have a public golf course, anybody can enter that golf course and stray off into the community. It's the same when you have a private golf course, but when you have a private golf course, the people that are golfing are members. And so there's a record of who's there. They usually want to be a little more upstanding of character when they belong to the country club. So being on a private golf course over a public golf course is a lot more secure. Another thing, just being on a golf course as a whole, whether it's private or public, you do need to take into consideration that you're on a golf course and there are golfers out there. So there are going to be times when you're in your backyard, maybe sunning in your pool or having a barbecue, and there will be golfers that sometimes walk up to your gate looking for their stray ball or just trying to be nosy. But things like that are less likely to happen on a private golf course than they are to happen on a public golf course. So you'll want to take that into consideration as well. Another thing to think about when purchasing in a luxury community is, Are there guard gates? Because there are some luxury communities that don't have a guard. Something I've recently come across is an e-guard. It's just a regular electronic gate with no gate codes, and you can't call for access, but you put in a code and you scan your driver's license so they verify who you are, and then you get buzzed in. So this is some new technology. I've only seen it once or twice in the area. Some communities provide the guard gate, but they also provide some other concierge service things, such as calling you when your garage door is open for an extended period of time at night, or if your alarm happens to go off. So these are some of the things that luxury clients like to ask and find out about before purchasing their home in that community. Another request I hear from a lot of my luxury clients is to be in very close proximity to all of the highways and infrastructure that will get them to where they need to go. And a lot of times this is because you have doctors and surgeons and all kinds of people in the medical field who have to have a very quick response time when they're called for their jobs. So a lot of them need to be within 20 minutes to any hospital that they service on call. So that is another big thing that I hear from a lot of my luxury clientele, is the distance from the home to highways and other infrastructure. Before I go any further, if you're new to my channel, my name is Lisa Lopez, and I was born and raised in Las Vegas. And I'm a real estate consultant specializing in luxury real estate, and I have a passion of helping busy families painlessly and seamlessly achieve their real estate goals. For more videos like this one, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Another request I get from a lot of my luxury buyers is to be in close proximity to all of the fine dining, shopping, sports, and arts, and also be in close proximity to other luxury properties. Probably because that helps the values of their home go up and stay up. And of course, they are affluent buyers, so their lifestyle demands great shopping and great dining and lots of sports activities. And with us being in the Las Vegas area, we're so lucky because everything is close. It really doesn't matter what side of town you live on. You're about 20 to 30 minutes away from the city's center, which is where all of our now great sports teams play. We have Allegiant Stadium, T-Mobile, the A's Stadium will be down there as soon as they open up, and Formula One will be going right through our strip area. So everything is in great close proximity. Of course, some of those suburbs here in Vegas, we do have better dining and shopping on different sides of town, but those are some things you're going to want to consider and ask your agent about when looking for your home. Luxury home buyers are generally a leader in some sort of industry, whether they own their own business or they're CEOs or attorneys or doctors. They usually run the show, and they're used to getting what they want when they want it, and they're not afraid to pay for it. So I've seen some luxury home buyers shop for a year or more for that perfect view. If they want a view of the city, the mountains, or if they want to be on a golf course with city views or a golf course with mountain views. But these are definitely things you want to consider when purchasing your luxury home, because it's all about your lifestyle. And when you come home at the end of your long, hard work day, you want to be able to relax in your home and be happy and proud and most definitely satisfied with your purchase and where you're going to be spending the majority of your time. Another complaint that I hear a lot of my luxury buyers talk about is that being that we're in Vegas and most neighborhoods, including luxury neighborhoods, are right on top of each other because we are starved for land out here. There are some neighborhoods that are older, that are not in master planned communities, but there are guard gated communities that provide half-acre and larger lots with nice large homes, and some of them even being single story, because that was kind of the style back in the 70s and 80s. That's how far back we're going in these homes I'm talking about that have these larger lots. Otherwise, you have to really go big and go to like the Summit, where lots start at $1 million and go up to 10 million plus. So in order to get that size of lot, if that's what you're looking for, you're going to have to move into something that's a little older and maybe needs some work, or if you're lucky enough, someone bought it and renovated it and put it up for sale again. But definitely homes on top of each other, even in the luxury neighborhood, has been a concern amongst my clients. And because those affluent buyers like to get what they want when they want, and they're used to having really pretty things around them all the time, I always see that that's a deciding factor on where they buy their home. When you're shopping for a non-luxury home, you're probably shopping in the tract home section of home buying, which those are all cookie cutter. Everything looks the same. But when you move into the luxury part of real estate, homes are more custom. Sometimes, or most of the time, the neighborhood will be made up of all custom homes. So every home looks different. Well, every neighborhood also looks different and has a different style about it. For example, in Southern Highlands, you'll find a more traditional or Spanish style home. Whereas in the Ridges, you'll see more of a desert contemporary architecture throughout the neighborhoods. So that is also another big thing that luxury home buyers are always seeking out, is the overall architectural style of the neighborhood. And hopefully you'll be able to find a home in the neighborhood you want and have the neighborhood be the architectural mood or theme that suits your lifestyle the best. Another thing I've noticed in all the luxury homes I've gone in and out of throughout the years is that because they're custom homes and they were made specifically to be customized to someone's lifestyle, you can come across some really funky floor plans sometimes. I've been in a home that was like 6,000 square feet and only 3 bedrooms. Who wants 6,000 square feet and only 3 bedrooms? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. So something to be prepared for, especially when looking at the older custom homes, is that a lot more likely to have to do some renovations to make that floor plan flow a little nicer for you and your family. Because I will tell you, there are some really strange things out there that people do that make me even question what the heck were they thinking when they drew out this floor plan, and did they even try to imagine living in it the way they were drawing it. So be prepared to possibly need to make some changes to better fit your needs. What would you add to this video? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to make a video about it, and I'll tag you when I do. Let's move on to the list. Something I would like to point out to all of you who may be new to the luxury home space is that I want you to keep in mind that these homes are much larger than other homes. You have to remember, large spaces with lots of hard surfaces echo a lot. So what I've done in the past in my homes is I put acoustic paneling in the ceilings to help dampen the echoes. Something I've seen recently in some custom homes is they're adding special insulation into the walls and extra insulation into the walls, which help reduce the echo as well. But large spaces, hard surfaces mean lots of echoing, and it's really difficult to withstand when you have a large party in your home. So something to consider there. Also, with larger spaces, you're going to have increased heating and cooling costs. So beware of that and keep that in mind. You might want to, if you don't already have a housekeeper, or if you have a housekeeper coming once a week, you might want to consider that you may need your housekeeper a little more frequently than once a week, or at least once a week. Or if you don't have a housekeeper, you're going to want to get a housekeeper. And also yard maintenance. Yard maintenance is huge and it's a big expense, and it's something you need to consider. When you live in these really big, pretty neighborhoods, they're very strict on how well your yard is manicured. So that will definitely be another monthly expense. And also your water bill. Bigger homes, larger yards, bigger pools, your water bill will also go up. So all of your utilities are gonna go up, yard maintenance and housekeeping, and also echoes. All things to keep in mind when you're making that jump from a tract home or a semi-custom home into those larger custom homes. So some other things to keep in mind when entering the luxury space is that your transaction is going to take a little longer. Unless you're paying cash, transactions in the luxury space do take a little bit longer. For one, if you have a loan, jumbo loans take a little bit longer to close because the docs and everything that are required from people who need jumbo loans are generally more intense. And so the biggest thing you can do to help smooth that and get it moving right along is that you respond immediately to any requests that your lender has. And if title or your agent requests anything of you, that you respond in a very timely, fast manner. The faster you get the docs requested or any items that are requested from any of the above that I just listed, the quicker and more seamless your transaction will end up being in the end. And while we're speaking of lenders, you're going to want to connect with a lender before you even go shopping for a luxury home. Because generally speaking, in the Las Vegas area, any listing above $800,000 or so, they're going to ask for proof of funds or a lender letter of approval, because you're not going to be able to get a showing scheduled if you don't have this to provide to your agent. Which brings me to my next point is you also need to provide a lot of flexible time to see these homes. All of these homes are going to be appointment only. And generally, we're working with 4 people's schedules. We're working with the seller's schedule, the listing agent, your buyer's agent, and your schedule. So you're going to want to provide plenty of time and be flexible with when you can go see a property. But again, before you even start reaching out to your agent about seeing properties, make sure you have connected with a lender to get that lender letter of approval. And if you don't have a lender, your agent can recommend 2 or 3 that you can choose from to get that letter, and then you can proceed with your full approval and getting your mortgage if you find a property that you end up putting an offer in on. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it informative and that it was helpful if you're thinking about buying luxury real estate in the Las Vegas area. For more videos about luxury living and Las Vegas real estate, make sure to check out the video on the screen. And for more videos like this one, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified each time I drop a new video. See you on the next one.